Yo, what's going on, people? King Rich is back again with another reaction video. And, this saga with Abba and Preach is just ongoing. It just seems to have no end, but this might actually be the final chapter. Abba has responded today with a video basically explaining his timeline of events with all the women that has come out and spoke about him getting them pregnant, right? Now, I've done a lot of reacting to what these women have said, so it's only fair that I react to what Abba has said. And, obviously, for people that know me, I'm going to be more inclined to hear out what the guy's got to say, because we all know that women can lie. Yeah, and we all know that in this society, people seem more inclined to just believe women. There's even a movement of believe all women. Right? People actually go around saying that just believe all women regardless, right? So, yeah, I really want to react to what Abba has said, and I want to hear what he's got to say, because to be honest, in my own personal life and in the experience of a lot of guys I know, women have stitched men up, and, again, they can be really good liars, right? So, yeah. Let's hear what Abba's got to say. Please like the video. Please hype the video and all that good stuff. Let's see what he's got to say. And this has just come out. This video has just come out a couple hours ago.
I thought it'd be really helpful to have a timeline, because there's just so many details being added and things being mixed up. Okay, and we'll go through each thing one by one, okay? You guys are going to watch this. I recommend turning over to the screen, because I do show a lot of the conversations via text, but I don't always read them out. 2025, August to January 2026. That's where Libertine, the Filipino, comes in. We meet in August. By October, we're in a relationship. We've also had conversations at this time about what would happen if she ended up pregnant. So in November, we find out she's pregnant. I tell her I want to keep the child. She tells me she wants to keep it, but she's unsure. From that point on, for the next 2 months, she flip-flops between unsure and doesn't want to have the child. At no point does she really tell me she wants to keep it. Every attitude and everything, or conversations, are always, I don't know, or I don't want to. And obviously this is difficult on me, because she changed her mind a lot. She scheduled multiple abortion appointments. I flew down to support her. Despite disagreeing with her, I was always going to support her through the abortion if she wanted to have one, even if I disagreed. Claimed that Libya...
And isn't it crazy that, like, in a situation which is very life-changing, where having a child, as a man, you really don't have much say in what happens. It's really the woman's choice. So if you've got a woman pregnant and she's flip-flopping between I'm gonna have it, I don't want to have it, and she's doing that for months, that can be very stressful. But anyway, let's carry on.
She makes is that during this relationship, I emotionally abused her. She references an incident that happened January 2nd. She tells a story. Personally, I think the only reason that she told this story so confidently is because she was not aware that I had recorded this incident.
And then another comment about, like, girls being hot in Spain and just something like that. And
he would talk about how attractive other girls were in front of you.
Yeah, he was like, I went to Spain, and, like, Spain has the hottest people. And he was like, the women in Spain are, like, really hot. And we had talked about this before, and he says stuff like this. And then I get upset, and then I leave the house, and then I come back. But I do pack my things, because I'm like, I'm going to go somewhere else. But I do come back, and I was just, like, a little angry. So I went to the coffee shop next door. I do come back. And he gets so upset with me. We start fighting again.
What did he get upset with you for? Because he was at the coffee shop?
Because I left, yeah. And he got so upset. And I was trying to explain to him why I was upset. And he just wouldn't hear it. He didn't understand why I was upset or mad. Things would escalate. I'm trying to explain it to him. He's like, no, you left. You need to get out the house. And
I don't believe her. I don't believe her. I don't believe that he was just getting upset and she was all calm and collected and talking normal. I don't believe her. Any guy that's had a girlfriend in his life, that women can get upset for very, very petty reasons. And when they get upset, a lot of times there's no talking to them. They're not listening to reason. And usually they're the ones that will fly off the handle first. And then they will try and gaslight you into believing that it was you, that you're the aggressor, when it's them that are raising their voice, shouting, calling you names, doing all the most. Do you know what I mean? But then when you get to a point where you actually react, now you're the villain and you're so evil. But anyway, let's carry on.
And I'm trying to tell him, like, why don't you see why I left in the first place? And then it would rile up, and then I start crying, and then he does the whole mocking and yelling and screaming thing. And I know that's hard to imagine, but like, just refer
It
to
ain't
the
hard for
phone.
me to imagine after hearing that goddamn phone call. So
This guy Stevie Knight, he just has a vendetta against ABBA. So to be honest, this guy Stevie Knight is kind of biased in his opinions about ABBA. Yeah, so just bear that in mind.
Yeah, so the phone call is just like a preview to what I experienced a lot with him personally. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel safe. He would yell. He would scream. I was pregnant in Montreal. He kicked me out. I was pregnant. I had no signal outside. I was locked out the apartment in Canada weather.
The argument wasn't that big. She makes it sound like I was like, man, there's fucking, the women in Spain are so hot. And that's not what happened. We're just talking about how people are attractive in different places. You know, in some places you'll find the men are more attractive. In some places you'll find the women are more attractive. She got upset about that. I go to the room. A time goes by. I go outside. She's gone. I go look for her. Can't find her. And then I realized she packed her bags and took it with her. So over a minor argument on the final day that we were spending time after she's just traveled a good 9 hours to be here, over a minor argument, she packed her bags and she left. Was I upset? Absolutely. She claims that when she came back, I was upset because she left. I don't care you left. I think it's normal in an argument. If you want to take a walk, take some space. Packing the bags to me was a bit far for me. She comes back. So now she's claiming I was screaming, I was yelling. I was verbally abusive, and then I kicked her out, and I left her outside as a pregnant woman in the Montreal cold. And I said, freeze to death.
Him personally, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel safe. He would yell. He would scream. I was pregnant in Montreal. He kicked me out. He has his reasons for it. I was pregnant. I had no signal outside. I was locked out the apartment in Canada weather. And then it would rile up, and then I start crying. And then he does the whole and yelling and screaming thing. And
you tried to book a hotel and it didn't work? Well, you clearly didn't just go to get coffee. So what happened? You booked a hotel and your phone didn't work, so that's why you came back?
It couldn't even work down there.
Right.
So she came back and she said, I'm like, where were you? And she's like, I only came back because I didn't have any cell service, but I wanted to book my own place. So not only did she just disappear like this, when she came back, she kept acting weird. And at this point, she starts talking about it doesn't feel safe. So me, a woman says anything like that, that's a wrap. You don't feel safe in my home? I'm not going to keep you here. Especially you, a tiny woman. I'm a black dude. I ain't playing that shit. So I said, cool.
So you might be seeing someone's reaction spliced into this. The reason why is that this person ended up interviewing Libby. At the time when he interviewed her, he had not seen my recording, but she had.
So because you couldn't book a hotel with your phone, now you want to stay here?
Where do you want me to go?
I do want you to go. Yeah, you were trying to book a hotel, now you're coming back pretending like you didn't want to go. So I don't need that shit. Leave. If you want to leave, leave. Absolutely, actually. Let me book it for you. You tripping. Shit, you staying here just because...
This is me yelling. Keep in mind.
Wow. So basically, this woman Libby has said that ABBA was screaming, shouting, being unreasonable, etc., etc. She was crying, all of that crap. Bro, he wasn't shouting at her at all. He wasn't shouting at her at all. He wasn't screaming and shouting. He wasn't being horrible. In fact, he said that he wants her to leave. Yeah, and the only reason she came back is because her phone battery had died, or she couldn't get service, or some stupid reason like that. Bruh, the guy wanted you to leave his apartment, and then I think that he's gonna offer her to even get her a hotel. But women can lie, bro. This woman Libby is a liar. She didn't know that the conversation had been recorded, so she thought that she could go out there on the internet and lie and try to make out that ABBA had been screaming and shouting and kicked her out of his house on some crazy shit.
Mine, I'm close to the mic and I had to boost the audio because her voice is so low. So you think this sounds loud? It's because I boosted it as much as I could so y'all could hear her.
Absolutely, actually. Let me book it for you. You tripping. Shit, you staying here just because you couldn't get cell service? Oh, hell no. So I'm gonna book it for you. I'll pay for the Uber and everything. I'll make it super easy.
Bruh, he smashed it. He didn't raise his voice. He told her he wants her to leave. And, you know, he offered to get her a hotel and even get the Uber to the hotel. What else does she need at this point? She's saying she wants to go. He's saying that he wants her to go. Why is she still there?
Why would I want to leave when I'm so
Exactly. So now you don't need the nacelle service. I'm gonna book it for you.
Let me know when the screaming
You are
starts.
tripping.
At one point, she starts to move to another room for no reason. Her shit's there in the living room. She moves to another room, okay?
I consent to receiving additional.
Stop yelling, Abba. Listen.
Well, I don't know what she's doing, but she's not. I don't know why she just went to that room. You're not doing that.
I don't know what she's doing in this other room.
All right, I booked it. I booked it. So let's go. You don't have to stay in this room. It's cold. Let's go.
No,
Hey, I booked it.
She said no.
no,
Hey, I booked it.
no.
Bruh, this woman is tapped. He went and booked a hotel for her so that she could go and spend the night somewhere else, not in his house. Uber, everything. She literally doesn't have to do anything or spend any money. Now she's sitting down talking about no. No, like, this woman is a crazy woman. And this is the thing with a woman like that. Because she's got a soft voice and she looks the way she looks, you know, people will just believe her when she spins some story about Abba being like some evil guy. But me personally, I'm very skeptical of when women say stuff. You know, obviously there are some bad men out there. There are some bad characters out there that are evil and abusive, etc. But I don't just believe all women just because they're women. I'm sorry. I need to see receipts and facts. And she didn't know she was being recorded. And, bro, at the end of the day, men, it's very important that you keep correspondence with these women and have these kind of recordings so that if they do come out and try and lie, you know, you can prove your innocence. But anyway.
What do you mean no? You're gonna stay at my place? I already booked the hotel.
Just cancel it.
I'm not canceling it. You need to go. You want to leave? You leave. Hey, get up out of here. You're not gonna leave, yo. I just want you to leave. I just want you gone. Why are you staying? You're wasting my time. That's it. That's a wrap between us. I already booked your hotel. You need to go. I never thought I'd kick you out of my house, but this happened. You're leaving, 100%. You're definitely not staying in my house tonight.
Are you guys terrified yet?
We're not doing this back and forth, on and off bullshit. I ain't doing that. Let's go.
Do you know what's crazy, yeah? That it just jogged my memory. I've had a situation like that before where, you know, I was in an Airbnb and basically the girl that I'd brought over, she'd just started acting weird, bro. Like, she'd started drinking alcohol and started acting weird and just being weird. And I literally just in my head, I was thinking, bro, this girl's got to get out. Like, I don't even want her around. Like, she's got to go. She's got to go home. Like, and she was doing the exact same thing like that. Like, no, I'm not going. I'm not moving, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I had to do the same thing. I had to go and get an Uber and I had to record the interaction I was having with her because I was so scared that, like, oh, no, I'm not going to be a statistic. I'm not going to be, you know, one of these guys, this girl's going to try and claim that I was horrible to her or something like that. No, like, I was calm. I was normal. I was like, you've got to go. Yeah, I've got you an Uber. You don't need to do nothing. You don't need to spend no money. You gotta go. I've been in that was a real life story, real life situation I've had. So, like, bro, I can relate to what's going on here.
I didn't.
I booked the hotel. You're leaving, 100%. Okay, well, listen, don't make me call the cops.
And don't forget, guys, I didn't have any obligation to. I booked her the hotel. I want to make sure she gets home safe. Her flight tomorrow is already set up. She has all the information. I booked the hotel in her name. I made sure everything is good for her. Because a woman tells me, no, let me just say this. If a woman ever ushers the word to you, I don't feel safe in their urine crib, they gotta go. If they don't live in town, get them some accommodations, keep it safe. I don't play that shit. So when she said that goofy ass shit to me, I said, you gotta go. Now, I was stern, but I never yelled. I never started screaming or mocking or whatever.
You're yelling now.
I'm not doing this lengthy argument. Please leave.
Please,
Go
have
skip
manners.
the hotel.
Go do your thing.
Okay, I will go.
Yes, thank you. Let's go.
1 sec.
Now, guys, remember this next part.
It didn't feel right. It didn't feel safe. He would yell. He would scream. I was pregnant in Montreal. He kicked me out. I was pregnant. I had no signal outside. I was locked out the apartment in Canada weather. And then
So I locked.
She's a liar, man. This Libby Kalian, she's a liar, bro. He locked me out. He kicked me out. I had no service, bruh. You left the apartment. He didn't even know you'd left. You'd packed your bag and left. Then you couldn't get no service on your cell phone, so you came back to the apartment. And then he asked you to leave. And he wasn't screaming and shouting at you. You only came back because you didn't have cell service. Like, that's crazy. Like, this woman's a liar, bro. Like, she's an absolute liar.
Locked her out in Canada weather, left her to die. We're about to get her the Uber so she goes to the hotel. Watch what happens.
I'll figure it out. Leave me alone. I'll figure it out.
You need the hotel.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
I have texted her the confirmation for the hotel. She has the PIN number. I sent it to her. But she's saying, no, I'm going to figure it out. But she already has the information.
All right, then. I'll send you the details.
My phone doesn't work, so whatever happens to me, it's fine.
No, you chose this. No, you.
What happened?
No, she's unhinged.
Who the hell is this guy, bruv? What the hell? With his painted fingernails. Who is this guy, bruv? I don't understand where this guy came from, but anyway.
What she
This
say?
is unhinged. This is actually unhinged, y'all. My phone doesn't work, so whatever happens to me, fine.
Yeah, because she wants him to be like, no, you can stay. Whatever happens to me, fine. It's more.
Yeah, this is a manipulation tactic that Libby tried to do on Abba, you know, because he's already paid for the hotel and the Uber. She doesn't have to do anything. Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything. All she needs is the confirmation and the code for the hotel to get checked in. That's it, bro. Like, at the end of the day, she could have taken a screenshot. She could have written down the confirmation number. She could have written down all the details for the hotel. Bro, there's no way that she will have a problem. But now she's talking about, if my phone doesn't work, so whatever happens to me, fine. So, like, bro, like, class A manipulation by this woman, bro. I knew this woman was crazy and dodgy anyway. But anyway.
She's not getting in the Uber that he got for her.
Yep.
And she's not going to the hotel that he
So
got for her.
wait. So whole time you left your sofa then?
Of an incident so completely different from what happened in a way that, like, you are not trustworthy at all. That is deeply problematic.
And you
'Cause
handed him his reasoning. You handed him his reasoning for everything, for all this stuff.
But it means you were willing to lie. And, like, paint a picture of an incident so completely different from what happened in a way that, like, you are not trustworthy at all.
Every time I break up with her, she's always putting herself in danger, runs outside in the middle of winter with apparently no cell service and does a damsel in distress act. I was going to get her the Uber to the hotel, which is under her name. She didn't want it.
I have never tried to commit suicide because he broke up with me.
So these are the text messages. This is the booking confirmation that I sent her. Here is her texting me after running outside like a goofball, and she goes, my phone is going to die. I don't have service. Then I'm like, come back to the building. I'll get you an Uber. I'm in the lobby. She's going, are you getting this? I can't call or text. I'm lost. I don't have navigation. My phone is dying. Where everything is a dire situation the moment I want to end things.
I don't have navigation. My phone is dying.
She's getting these texts. She's replying with everything but where she is or whether or not she's coming back. Okay? Mind you guys, keep in context. This is 7 p.m. downtown Montreal. There's stores everywhere. They said you haven't. So I called the hotel because she hasn't responded for hours now. I've called 20 times, looked everywhere. but you're refusing to let me help you. I hope you're safe. 2 hours later, she gets back to me. I'm not sure you will get this, but you just got my phone to turn on and this place is closing and someone here lent me their charger for a few minutes. I still have no battery, no service. You know I'm not dressed to walk around here and I've been out so now it's my fault.
Bro, this woman is just a manipulator, bro. She's one of those quiet voice, calm demeanor manipulators. Yeah. And at the end of the day, like, this whole campaign she's started against ABBA on YouTube is just ridiculous anyway, right? It's not like she got pregnant and ABBA told her, get rid of the baby, I don't want it and I don't want you. No, it wasn't even that kind of situation. So the fact that she even came to YouTube to talk about ABBA makes no sense. So it's not surprising that, you know, it's being exposed that she's just crazy and she's making problems for herself and then trying to blame ABBA. ABBA literally got you the hotel and the Uber. You ran outside, then you started complaining that your phone's gonna die and you don't know what to do when all you had to do is get in the Uber and go to the hotel. You're an idiot. The woman's an actual idiot.
You guys know this doesn't make sense, right? When he offered her an Uber, he offered her a hotel. It does not make sense.
This whole time I've been asking for her location. She will blame me. She'll write these long messages about her distressed state. It's never a location. It's been 5 hours. You've texted me you're lost 6 times, but haven't sent me an address or the name of your store you're at. And what does she text back? You knew this was going to happen.
Wow. She texted him and said, you knew this was going to happen. This is weird. You knew, bro, he got you the hotel and Uber, you fucking dumb. Oh my God, bro. This is mad, bro. Guys, be careful the women that you deal with, bro. As soon as you notice crazy, you know, unbalanced, unhinged behavior in a woman, you've got to let them go. It don't matter what they look like, bro. It don't matter how many nuts they help you bust. And you definitely shouldn't be smashing them raw like ABBA. Because ABBA, you have to take that L. You smashing this crazy chick raw. And I'm sure there was red flags that you saw in the beginning that let you know that she was weird. Anyway.
He goes, okay. So you want to argue, not actually lost or in danger. That's my status. I'm not safe.
Manipulation. Manipulation.
Olivia, I know you watching.
Libby, hang it up.
You playing tired too much.
Hang it all the way up.
You saw how she told the story. I kicked her outside. I left her to die in the cold weather. I was yelling. None of it's real. The way a lot of this other stuff is real, but a lot of it's he said, she said. And because she's a pretty girl who talks calm and she recorded me at my lowest, she can make whatever narrative.
At the time when he interviewed her, he had not seen my recording, but she had.
I want to know if while you are in the house, he just says, get out, lock the door, whatever, kicks you out, and then it's like, oh, Uber and hotel after he felt bad. Or if he's like, please leave my house. I booked you an Uber and also a hotel. Please leave my house. Those two things are different. But the way you tell the story on Stevie, I'm going to play this again. It sounded like he kicked you out. And I don't think it is right to not include that he kicked me out and sent me to a hotel.
Okay. From what I remember is him walking me out of the house and me walking out in rage because he was walking me out. So I'm upset.
She's lying, bro. This woman's lying. She's just straight up lying from what I remember. What do you mean from what you will remember? You was there. You was there. You remember to talk about he kicked you out and you was pregnant and you was cold and you didn't have no service on your mobile phone. But then you don't remember that he offered you an Uber and a hotel. You're a fucking liar, bruv. This woman is an absolute liar.
So, because what my memory is could be different from like ABBA's memory, but I don't remember having the hotel or the Uber. I remember leaving and not knowing where I was going.
And based on the information you have now, he did get you a hotel and an Uber.
I got that once I once I walked enough far away to get my own hotel. And then I was like texting him, trying to text him in between, but I couldn't because it was so spotty. So once I got to the hotel, it was like, oh, he got me a hotel and an Uber. When I get to the hotel, I start to see all of his messages. And by that point, I'm thinking he really kicked me out because I didn't see the messages.
Wait.
She's just chatting rubbish. You knew before you left his house that he had a hotel and Uber for you. Before you even walked out. What are you talking about? You are a weird creature.
Where did you end up going?
I ended up walking like 45 minutes away to a hotel.
And you booked your own hotel?
I did, yeah.
You're a liar. You are a liar, bruh. That is mental.
All right.
3 days later.
Absolutely, actually. Let me book it for you. You tripping. Shit, you saying
This is me yelling. Keep in mind, I'm close to the mic.
Okay, Libby girl. So Libby came up here and straight up lied to my face. Libby said Abba did not book her the hotel room. She didn't know Abba booked her the hotel room. Abba kicked her out in the cold, in the Montreal cold. No. The way that the story was framed is that he was yelling and abusive and kicked me out. But that's not true at all.
Nope.
Like not even in the least bit.
No.
Nope.
You know one thing that's interesting watching this back now? If you pay attention to the timestamps, she was texting me as if she was lost for 4 or 5 hours. But she admits in this interview that she found a hotel in 30 minutes.
Where did you end up going?
I ended up walking like 45 minutes away to a hotel.
So the whole time she was like, oh, I'm dying, I'm in danger, all this stuff. She was in a hotel room sipping Chardonnay, playing a damsel in distress. Yeah. I'm stupid.
You want to know something? No one would have believed Abba if this was not recorded.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that is facts. That's what I'm saying to guys. When you're dealing with women and things are starting to go left, you should always start recording what's going on. This whole back and forth verbal with the woman, you should record it just for your own safety, guys. Because you don't know what the hell's going to happen in the future. You don't know. Bro, I'm talking from my own experience, bro. Like, you know, women can be very, very spiteful, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like once they don't like you no more, they've got some you know, bad vibes towards you, bro. A lot of times they will just lie and say you did something or you said something and blah blah blah. You were shouting and screaming and being abusive and blah blah blah. And bro, it can just be a straight up lie, and most people will believe it because she's a woman, bro. Most women are going to believe her because she's a woman, and men will tend to believe her because we're conditioned to just think that way. That's what it is. Very important.
I would not believe this. I would just be like, oh, please. Abba. Well, I would say, girl, please to Abba.
And that's the truth of this whole situation. Like, if I hadn't recorded this incident, no one would believe me about how it went down.
Abba, sounds like you're getting red-pilled, bro. Sounds like Abba that was a very red pill thing you just said, Abba. Abba, don't you talk about red pill content creators or dorks and dweebs and blah, blah, blah. Bro, what you just said was very, very red pill. If you hadn't recorded this conversation, most people would have believed her straight up. This is why I'm saying, Abba, I don't think you should be talking crap about red pill talking points anymore, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you should, because now you've got a taste of women coming after you and lying and trying to defame you and destroy your reputation and everything you've built. Anyway.
Presumption of guilt is just on me no matter what. And
also, we need to get the likes up on this video, man. Most of you haven't liked the video yet. I don't know what you're waiting for. Please support the video, the channel, and all of that good stuff. Everybody watching, like the video. It takes less than a second and it's free. All right? Thanks.
If I am not like neurotic enough to record every incident, and it doesn't matter how much she lies or how much she gets caught in 4K lying, people are still going to believe it because at the end of the day, that's just the way this dynamic works. So now all of this has happened January 2nd. January 9th is now the breakup. January 9th, that's the call where she hits me up. And you have to remember during this period, there were multiple suicide attempts on her end when I would try to end the relationship. And she'd do that often. So this is during one of her many, many attempts to like off herself. She says, "I'm sorry for offing our baby." And I reply, "You threatened to off yourself 5 times now." She goes, "I'm offing our baby, remember?" And I meant off the baby. I don't know. These are really hard to read.
Bro, this woman is got mental illness, bro. MH is strong in this one, bro. You know, like in Star Wars when they say the Force is strong in this one. Nah, MH is strong in this one, bro. Mental health is strong in this one, bro. Like, this woman trying to manipulate the man, talking about she's going to delete herself. She deleted their baby, all this. Bruh. This is a very scary woman to be around. And she's so stupid. She doesn't realize that by coming out and creating this campaign against ABBA, she has exposed herself to the world. And any guy that will come across her in the future will know that this woman is a psychopath. It's crazy.
He writes, "And then by the 24th, I would have offed the baby." She wrote, "I'm going to off the baby, LOL." She quotes, "I'm going to, quote, do what I have to do and off the baby, low. And then off a child too, you're right. I'm going to off myself. And this is why I chose to not have the baby. I'm sorry, meant off the baby." She writes, "Hey, listen, you're going to be all right. Sorry you met me, and sorry for offing our baby. You're going to be all right." I don't know. She just does a lot. And she'll claim that it's like, oh, no, she's just using it because it's my words. No, she would threaten to off herself. I'd have to call the cops.
Remember, ABBA wanted the kid, bro. This is the thing you need to understand, because all this like text messages she's sending, it kind of alludes to she's offing or deleting the pregnancy, but it's like she wanted it. But bro, ABBA wanted it. She's the one that didn't want to have it. Do you get what I'm saying? So it doesn't even make sense, bro. Like, she didn't even really like him that much. She didn't even like him that much. She even said it out of her own mouth that she felt like he wasn't the kind of guy that she could see herself being with, the lifestyle, etc., etc. So I don't know, bro. I don't know.
And I'm like, you're going to off yourself. You're going to off the child as well. I don't know. Whatever. I just want to read these. I think that's hard for people to understand. But for me in my head, when someone has threatened to our child multiple times, when they've threatened multiple abortions and changed their mind, when they've changed their mind about having the kid, have never really intimated to you that they wanted to keep the child for the entirety of the pregnancy.
Yeah, I mean, and you said initially that he wanted the baby. But so you really had him on this, like, seesaw effect. Like, if you're going to have this baby, we're not going to have this baby. So I can imagine that emotional toll on bro. So why the flip-flop so much?
Yeah, I honestly empathize with him. I saw I did see how much ABBA was wanting the baby. And I empathized with that. And I also was thinking about...
Wait, she admits it. Oh, that sucks. That girl, everyone's getting dragged through the streets. This woman, oh my God, Livy, I'm glad you're not here today, because if you were, this would have been a problem. She said, I saw how much he wanted. All this time, I've been operating under the assumption that ABBA kind of wanted her to have an abortion.
Exactly. That's how she came out with her first video. ABBA got me pregnant. Bruv, that was the whole kind of undertone that, she got pregnant, ABBA got her pregnant, and he didn't want it. That was the undertone, when really and truly, that wasn't what it was at all. He wanted the kid, she didn't. This is why this whole campaign is stupid. This is why she's not a reliable source for anything. She's just saying anything, bro. Like she trying to make a YouTube career based on the fact that she got pregnant by Abba from Abba and Preach, and she got rid of the pregnancy, but he actually wanted it. I don't see what she's really trying to do. And now she's trying to recruit all these other women that Abba slept with as well, and allegedly got pregnant as well. It's crazy. But anyway, let's carry on.
Because you suggested the abortion first, right? It came from you. Why did you want to have the abortion in the first place? Why did you even come up with that idea?
Yeah, the only answer to this is just my human response. And the abortions, did you still want to know the answer for that one?
Yeah.
I had the 4 abortion appointments total, right? Which was the one he came to. And then the 2 after that. And then the one after Montreal. But it wasn't 9. And it was all within like that month because I was trying to decide what to do.
It is very difficult to feel like this person wants a child at all. But in my head, I'm really not in a good mental space. Obviously, I'm broken by a lot of the changing of the minds and her constantly sending me off to a different world every time she threatens self-harm. So after we end the relationship, everyone says, Abba, you crashed out. You started losing your mind after she broke up with you and she said she was keeping the baby. I was blindsided. I was definitely hurt. I was upset. I was upset because this person had convinced me to stay in the relationship when I thought we weren't compatible and I should have left. And she keeps me roped in using self-harm.
Let me tell you one thing, Abba. This woman gave you red flags from early, bro. You knew she was crazy. From before you even got her pregnant, you knew. But guess what? You enjoyed slapping that box, bro. You enjoyed it, bro. You enjoyed smashing the box. You find her attractive, yeah? And that's what it is, and that's what kept you there.
Person had put me through the ringer. And yeah, I definitely felt betrayed because she'd never told me that she wanted to keep the baby until the moment she ended. Now, did I crash out? No. Literally, when she told me that, I said, okay. And that was all. She then reaches out to me to want to figure things out. Now, mind you, I'm still reeling for things. I'm emotional, but I just tell her very calmly, there's nothing that's happening, and they're in the text. I'm not interested. If you change your mind now again, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved. And I go on to say, you've already cut me out so many times. If you want to do this on your own, like you always said you would, go ahead. And she says, fine, I will. She says that she's going to do it on her own. And I say to her, stop contacting me. So I referenced the fact that she'd cut me out of the pregnancy arbitrarily. December 17th, which is well before the end of our relationship, I write to her. She says, you have a say. And I say, I really don't. This is just like the night you told me I'm out of the pregnancy. So there's been 2 different incidents in which arbitrarily she'll make a decision and she says, I have no involvement, no say. So I want you to understand that trying to negotiate with someone who can so easily tell you that doesn't make you feel like you can really negotiate or work with this person when they can so willy-nilly tell you you're out.
And this is what happens to a lot of guys in the real world as well. This isn't just like exclusive to Abba. This happens all the time. Guys will be involved with a woman, sleeping with a woman, you know, whether he, you know, sees her as a long-term relationship or it's just casual. Like, bro, like at the end of the day, if you get the girl pregnant, it's really up to her what's going to happen next. And this is going to affect the rest of your life. And guys need to be very wary of this. Like, if you're dealing with a woman, especially if it's just casual, you need to be very careful. Like, you sleeping with her raw and stuff like that, bro. This you could find yourself in this situation, and then you're at the mercy of whatever she feels like doing. Yeah, and a lot of times they may not even view the world the way you do. You may not have the same values. You know, and then, bruh, basically this person is going to be anchored into your life for the rest of your life. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing. It's a very scary situation, I think, anyway.
And I go on to say, just so we're clear, if after changing your mind for the 10th time, you decide to have it, I will not be involved. We will cease to talk then. Then don't be, she goes on to say. Understood. And she's already told me that I was not going to be involved in the pregnancy multiple times on a whim. So then I'm just at a point where I'm like, I'm done. You're not going to hold this thing over me and keep me in this relationship with this pregnancy. Okay, so now there's the recorded call that she had. So this is, I believe, January or 10th. So this is right after the breakup, okay? I've cut contact. I'm ready to move on with my life. I'm sure there's going to be financial obligations. I'm ready to sue them. She knows that as well. But she now wants to have a whole different setup. She goes on and begins contacting me incessantly. I haven't yelled at her. I haven't said anything crazy. I just said, don't contact me anymore. I'm moving on. She begins blackmailing me. She contacts everybody. She contacts my work. She contacts a bunch of YouTubers I actually know. Contacts the ops, sends me from different numbers, all these different pictures. You guys know this part. And all I keep saying to her is, stop contacting me. She was emailing YouTubers. She claimed she only emailed 3. She emailed way more. She was sending people pictures of my home. She had claimed that I was forcing her to have an abortion.
Wow, that's crazy. That is absolutely wild, bro. Like, she's saying that he forced her to get rid of the pregnancy, which is an absolute lie. And you know what, yeah? I know I'm going out on a whim, but I believe him. I believe that this woman was doing all of them things, bruh. Because for the fact that she was getting in touch with random guys from YouTube that she doesn't know and doesn't know ABBA, that is wild. That is absolutely crazy. So it wouldn't surprise me that she was doing the most. It's mad.
Forcing.
I wasn't planning this for a long time. The catalyst to me wanting to come out was April.
Now, we ended our relationship in January. I want you guys to pay attention. She says April is when she started this whole thing. It says, hi, I'm contacting you on behalf of my friend who's dating ABBA. She wanted to know if she can get your advice and understand why ABBA forced her to get an abortion.
Wow.
Do you understand how illegal that is to force someone to have an abortion? That never happened. That never happened.
I also want you to think, one thing that's always very tough for me, the breakup happens. She tells me she's going to handle it by herself. Maybe she's upset. She's feeling all things. She's changing her mind. She's changed her mind a lot throughout the relationship. I've obviously grieving. I feel a lot of pain from everything. I can understand things are messy. Cool. Why was her response to go straight to blackmail, to go straight to contacting the ops, to go straight to emailing YouTubers before we even had that call? Within 24 hours of breaking up with me, she was already emailing people.
Because she's no good, bro. She's an op. That's why she's doing that, bro. Like, if she really cared about you, she wouldn't have gone running around the whole of the internet to ask questions and have conversations with strangers about you. She's an op. She's a messy, messy woman. And again, just because she's got a calm voice and a calm demeanor doesn't mean she can't be a demon. And I want you guys to understand that, bro. A lot of these demons out here, yeah, they may not be screaming and shouting, but they can do just as much damage. It's serious.
I said, hey, listen, this is what I prefer because you keep changing your mind, but do whatever you want. Where's the forcing? But she knew what she was doing. She's not there asking these YouTubers for advice on how would these YouTubers know me? Why would you ask random YouTubers who I've never met in my life about advice about me?
That's so weird. That's so weird. That's just like you was dating a girl, you break up with the girl, then the girl goes to the nearest supermarket that she knows that you might go to sometimes, and then she starts asking people in the supermarket about you. That's stupid. It's so weird. Like, what the hell?
That's not what she was doing. She was already going out there to spread some salacious story about ABBA forcing a woman.
This goes on for about a couple days, and then the call happens. You can feel however you want about the call. Me personally, I'm not proud of the call, but I'm not ashamed either. If you listen to that call, what that call is somebody who's at the end of their ropes after being blackmailed, after being harassed, after being asked to be left alone and not being told I can, after going through the multiple suicide attempts to keep me in the relationship I tried to leave so many times, after threatening to kill her, I'll kill the child, LOL. So after all of this.
And then even in the phone call, you just hear him saying, like, I'm harassing him, I'm stalking, and I'm a parasite.
All the harassment he's referring to happened within 2 days.
Yeah.
It's 2025 December, which is not consistent with her claim that it only happened in January 2026. You're going to see this goes on for a long time. And then it culminates with a call to the San Jose police, which is where she lived at the time. And so I had to call the cops on her because she was threatening to off herself again. This is in 2026. You can see all the different calls. So this is February.
Which were the 4 phone numbers. And I think my cousin also, again, tried to contact him the next day, which was one of the same phone numbers. And the Ab and Preach page and Preach 3 days later. But there wasn't any other time that I tried to contact him.
These are many Instagram accounts. This is some of the profiles. I had to block a whole bunch. She had a lot of Instagrams. Okay.
Wow, there was a load of Instagrams there, boy.
So these are blackmail threats. She began texting me through a lot of different people. You know, she after recorded some of the stuff, she threatened to send it to Myron Gaines. She would use this weird app that would generate more numbers than I could delete. So the numbers you're seeing here are just the tip of the iceberg. There's actually more text messages. She's been
someone in the chat said, I understand this scenario can happen to anyone, but coming from him after calling Fresh's ex and telling her that he would pay for her legal fees, I absolutely agree. Like, at the end of the day, like, Abba, in this instance, I do see it from Abba's point of view, but at the same time, Abba, I can't really 100% be on your side because you've talked a lot of crap. And when Fresh was in a similar situation, you made it your place to campaign and interview the girl. And, you know, you did a lot. And now it's just ironic that it's happened to you in this fashion. I also find it ironic that both of you are black men and you've tried to date these East Asian women and they've both come out to try and mess you up. Abba and Fresh, you both got messed up by East Asian women. I just find that to be quite interesting, because if you two weren't both successful on YouTube, I don't think these women would have dated either of you. I'm just being honest. Like, I don't think so. You lot in the chat, tell me if you agree, if you disagree. I don't think these women would have been involved with you if you wasn't both like successful on YouTube. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so anyway.
Contacting me as recently as last week from a new Instagram she just.
Also, the likes are still extremely low on the video. I don't know why. You lot in the chat, tell me why you don't like the video. You lot that are watching that haven't liked the video yet, please in the chat, give me the excuse, the reason why you are not liking the video. I'd really like to know. I'm reading the chat right now. I'd really like to know.
Just made recently. Yeah, the idea that she only did it for 2 days is a flat out lie. That's when you hear me on that call. Yeah, I was upset. Was I upset on that call? Absolutely. Was I absolutely insensitive and mean? Yes. But why was I mean? And I think this is part of the gender bias that I see with a lot of the coverage, because I know for damn sure if a woman had decided to keep the child or maybe even have the abortion, and the man who told her that she can do it alone then began harassing her, began blackmailing her, demanding, there's not a damn person on this planet who's about to get on these interwebs and start calling her out for how she responds on that call. There's definitely a gendered bias. Absolutely. The way.
Wow, Abba, you are sounding very red pill. You're talking about some real stuff. You're talking about how men how men face a disadvantage in this society. You are talking some very red pill things right now. Remember, you was calling all these red pill content creators, you was calling them dorks and dweebs. You're sounding very red pill now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what? Why? Only because it's happening to you now. Now that you're being bought out in what you've been doing is being bought out. Oh yeah, it's not fair and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what guys like me, you know, and I don't necessarily claim the label red pill. I just claim I report reality. Yeah. Us guys, and then the red pill content creators, they say more or less the same things. But you used to call them dweebs and dorks. Who's the dweeb and dork now, bruv?
People have glossed over all her harassment and blackmail. The way people have glossed over her threats of self-harm, her manipulative tactics to keep me in the relationship when I try to end things, her threats to kill the child. When people judge the call, I don't mind because it is wrong what I was saying. After being told that your partner was going to kill the child dozens of times, holding that shit over you to control you, to me, and I really felt that by the end of the relationship, and that's why I was pretty good with it. She didn't want to have the child. She can talk about my values were to keep the baby or whatever. She had the abortion. I had no say in it. She ended up having it on her own. I ended up finding out February 5th that she actually had the abortion. She tells me that she's had it on January 23rd. Yeah, I guess there's a narrative that I was just so heartbroken by the whole thing that I just became angry because she didn't want me. Bro, I don't know what this girl wanted. You know, she says this relationship was horrible, so I had to end it. He was so horrible to me, and he treated me like garbage. And so that's why I'm ending the relationship, and I'm keeping the baby. Like, I don't want to move to Montreal and deal with that. And so I'm like, all right, then, you know, go keep the baby, do your thing. She ends up getting the abortion anyways. And then she wants to move to Montreal after the abortion. The last thing I want to do is be inconcerned. I keep doing that. I mentioned that I said today about quitting my job and everything because that's how I felt about it. The everything and how I felt about it was moving up here. And I reference it at the bottom because I say, you're saying you want to quit everything and want to move here, followed by the issue is, and then we start going to other stuff. I'm like, you're not moving here. Like, this doesn't make sense. This whole claim that I was cheating is nonsense. Libby herself said that things in February weren't together. That's in her own video.
That month of February, we weren't together.
But that ended January 9th or 10th. She's only now claiming that we were together so that she can use the fact that I was talking to different people. But at the end of the day, if I'm a single man, that's my right. I will say one of the big L's I take for sure.
Yeah, but bruh, you were sleeping with all these women raw and busting up inside them raw, bruh. Like, fam, like, I get it. Okay, you wasn't with Libby. You know, you had ended it with her, whatever, January or February, you wasn't together, and she said that, yeah? But at the same time, you was sleeping with multiple women, all raw, and not even that. There was no pull-out game involved, bro. Like, you was just nutting inside, just finishing inside. Like, in multiple women, bro. In multiple corners of the world. Bro, of course this was gonna end poorly. Like, what did you think? Like, I'm sorry, you gotta take the big L for that, bro. Like,
when I found out about the Instagram, she claims that it's only from February onward. I don't know. I think what was bothering me about the Instagram was the feeling that I just gone through something really crazy with this person, but I was okay with it, or like I didn't really have any ill feelings towards her, mostly because I thought she was a stand-up person. And I think when I realized that she was lying to me about what she was up to, I just felt like the whole relationship, she was fraudulent to me because who she presented herself to be was just not real. But
bruh, you knew she was crazy, bruh. You knew she was crazy. Yeah. Like, I'm sure there was red flags. There were signs that she was not right in the head, bro. Like, but again, you was enjoying sleeping with her. You loved it. You was all up in there. You was nutting up inside her, bro. Bro, how many times did you bust inside her, bro? Be real. You can't even count. You don't even know how many times, bro. You lost count a long time ago. So come on.
Still, at the end of the day, still my L is not my business. So fast forward to 2026, after ending things with Libby, that's when I meet Kiara. So with Kiara, after talking for a few weeks, we meet up. She ends up getting pregnant, wants to keep it. I'm supportive.
Just that quick. So after a few weeks, you got the girl pregnant. So this new girl, Kiara, yeah, after just a few weeks of knowing the girl, you got her pregnant. Bro, what are you doing, fam? Bro, you have a lot to lose. Why would you just be sleeping with random women and getting them pregnant, bro? Like after all the stuff you say online and the way you speak, like you're a smart guy, you know what's up, you know what to do, what not to do, etc., etc. Then now you've been exposed, bro. Like, you're reckless with your willy, bro. Like, you're just busting nuts in all these girls. What, like, you don't even know the girl. You don't know what she's about. You don't know what her history is. You don't know what she's carrying. The next thing, you go and just nutting them. Nah, she's pregnant. Oh, like, okay. Bro, that's reckless, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy work.
Despite her offering for me to disappear and not be involved, I had never blocked her after finding out she was pregnant. She just ended up having a miscarriage. You know, it really affected her. And read the screen text on here. You know, I don't have to be part of this pregnancy if I don't want to, but I always told her I would be. I would be supportive. She says a couple positive things about me right here. And yeah, you know, from that moment, we talked pretty regularly. She'd have her medical appointments because she was having some health issues and bleeding, and I was talking to her the whole time. Yeah, so the whole idea that I would get someone pregnant and just abandon them is not true. She says a couple positive things about me right here. So in 2021, I mean...
Bruh, the way you're just casually talking about this, I'm sorry, it just shows that you just moving like a madman, bro. Like, an absolute psycho, bro. Like, maniac. You met the girl after a few weeks, you got her pregnant, bruh. Like, that's not a smart thing. That's not a smart move at all. And it sounds like she was gonna have the kid. It's just that she had a miscarriage. Bro, like, how is that gonna make any logical sense? You met the girl, she wasn't even your girlfriend. You just met up with her and got her pregnant. Bruh, I don't know, fam. I don't know. You lot in the chat, let me know if I'm tripping now. Like, that doesn't compute. Where I come from and the kind of guys that I know in real life, the kind of friends I have, no one would respect that, bro. No one would respect that. I don't respect that. I think that's crazy, bro. Like, the first girl, Libby, okay, she was your girl for 5 months or whatever. This other girl, this Kiara chick, you met for what? You knew her just over 2 weeks and you got her pregnant? Jeez, bruh. It's your life anyway, your life, bro.
Meet Azure the Amazon. When I say I meet, I mean we collabed online. We did a stream together. She would ask me for advice about different things. We talk about our lives. It's cool. There'd be some flirting here and there. So yeah, 2 times when she visited Montreal, she wanted to meet up. I said no, so we just didn't meet up. Second time, we were both seriously considering meeting up and we never met up. Nothing happened between us. Early on, she tried visiting Montreal, and I'm actually coming tomorrow morning. What area you in? You can ignore me. And I said, I will, don't worry. Now, might seem harsh, but we're joking. So now we're in the final act, okay? Here's what happens. She's obviously wanting things, and I go, and then she replies to me with something that's really weird. She says, I could have easily fucked you over and said you brought me on your show just to fuck me. Mind you, we never met up once. We didn't share nudes, nothing. And I was like, oh shit, this went left real quick. And she goes, I didn't go left at all. I'm like, you've been saying this is just light and not serious at all forever, which she did. She would say this very often. In my head, I'm like, well, why would you threaten to blackmail me? And so I said to her, no, this is weird. Please don't be texting me going forward. I prefer it. Yeah, just cut contact, and I haven't spoken to her since, even though since then she's contacted me a few times or tried to. Lady, we never met up. Nothing happened between us. So in 2023, that's when I meet Steffi, who lives out in Switzerland.
Steffi, I think this is the one that that Libby interviewed the first time. So this was the first girl that came out saying that Abba got her pregnant. So this is the third girl, bro. Abba, bro. So this is what you do when you switch the camera off. When you switch the camera off from doing your reaction videos, this is what you're doing, bro. Just go in Switzerland and go in, get Filipino chicks and all. Bruv, you're crazy, dude.
We only met up one time and then we cut contact. I didn't hear from her until many, many months later. And that is when she tells me that she was both pregnant and had an abortion. Was it mine? Was I involved? I have no idea.
Wow. So basically, he met this Stephanie chick one time. He definitely smashed raw and finished inside her raw. And then months later, she comes back and says that she's pregnant and that she got rid of it. Bruh, like at the end of the day, like we will never know if it was yours or not. Like, do you get what I'm saying? That sounds very sketchy, bro. That's very sketchy.
That's what she claimed. And all I did was assume she was telling the truth, and I consoled her, okay? And the reason why I say that is, like, during that long period where we had no contact, I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what she's up to. Me and her...
She was jumping on dicks, bro. That's what she was doing when she wasn't with you, bro.
had reconnected a second time. And when we met up again, I find out that she's in a relationship. I told her, if we're going to do anything, you got to be single. Yeah, even though she was in this relationship.
Huh? So the girl, you met up with the girl again after the first time you slept with her, then she got pregnant, and then she said she got rid of it, which just sounds like a sketchy story. Then you met up with her again, bro. And she said she has a man. And she came to meet up with you. Oh my God, that girl is a junge. She's for the streets. She's for the sewer pipes, bro. Yeah, intergalactic highway, bro. That's what she's for, bro. And I knew she was she just gave me the demeanor of being a bop, bro. Even in that video with Libby, she just seemed a little bit too nonchalant, bruv. Yeah, for everybody. Anyway, I feel sorry for her boyfriend, bro. Her boyfriend, oh, this is embarrassing for him.
She was definitely being flirty. And she writes the message, I'm kind of in the process of ending a relationship. I want to say it has been drawn out for logistical reasons, but really the reasons are deeply banal, banal, like birthdays, family events, finding a good, respectful moment or whatever. That said, I'm loyal. I don't want to become a pre-cheating cliche. Neatly pivoting into seeing someone new 3 seconds later strikes me as spiritually cheap. And I say, fair. I wouldn't support you cheating either. So no worries. I want you to be good regardless. And she goes, you wouldn't cheat with me? No. In her defense, I think that last line is her being funny. All right.
No, that's very disrespectful to the guy that she's with. How's she gonna say, oh, you wouldn't cheat with me? ? Joke or not, that's very disrespectful. She's not a good woman at all. Not a good woman at all.
But yeah, she was definitely being flirtatious. She sent me a picture of him and her together.
Oh, that's the boyfriend there. Oh my God, bro. Bruh, you didn't need to show the boyfriend's face, bro. Oh my God. Nah, Abba, you're dark for this, bro. You are dark for this, bro. I don't care. You didn't need to show the boyfriend's face, bro. Yeah? Hey, am I tripping? Hey, chat, am I tripping, bruh? She said, look, this... See, this is why you gotta be so careful dealing with women, fam. So careful, bruv. Abba smashed this chick. Wherever they met, he slept with this girl one time. And then she got pregnant. Then she got rid of it. Then after, she got into a relationship with this guy. Yeah, this guy probably simping hard for this chick, buying her stuff, taking her here, there, everywhere, all of that crap. Yeah, taking stupid pictures, bro. She obviously does not respect this guy or like this guy. She's probably giving him that pity intimacy, bro. Bedroom action, starfish. Yeah. Then, not only that, she's talking to Abba on the side and then sending him pictures of the guy. Why would you send a picture of the guy to this guy? Why would you do that? Now this guy's put the picture on the internet for everybody. Now King Riches has seen the picture as well. And all the people watching me have seen it as well. And bruh, just trust and believe. This video that Abba has posted on his channel is going to get hundreds of thousands of views. This is cold. This is nasty work, bro. The guy is an innocent victim, bro. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, man, this guy caught a stray. Now everybody knows that you was dating a bop. This is crazy.
Together, which I thought was so odd, considering that we'd already been involved in the past, me and her before. So, kudos to her, I guess.
Ain't kudos to her. She's a bop, bro. Everybody that knows him is gonna know that Abba got his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend pregnant just before he got there. That's embarrassing.
To be casual, she kind of intimated to me that. So, the second reason why I'm not very trusting of this person, when me and her cut off contact the final time where I decided not to ever talk to her again, she was upset with me. She wanted to keep trying. So when I tell her I'm not interested, she tells me, I want you to delete the videos, the intimate videos that we did between us. when we were in the bed and I'd filmed those videos, she'd intimated to me afterwards, right in that bed, that she did enjoy it, but she was uncomfortable with it, which I'm like, cool, makes perfect sense. So what did I do? I went right to deleting it that moment. So when she asked me this at the end, I tell her, listen, I already deleted it before. And then she goes on to say, well, I need proof. So I show her my gallery. I show her my recently deleted, right? And she says, well, I want to see your hidden folder. Because now I feel like, you call me a liar or whatever. Like, now also I don't want to show her my hidden folder because I had personal stuff in there. So I ended up sending her a screen recording of my hidden folder despite me not wanting to. And I could kind of guess I understand because from her perspective, intimate videos and photos of someone you were with, like after you guys stop being together, you delete them. And I fully believe that. Tell me how I find out that during a live stream with Libby, not only did this woman keep intimate videos of me, she was sharing it with her and the person that was in her hotel room.
Just one question. Well, I don't want to make it bigger because then it was like see the rest of.
There's not a video.
Long time ago.
She just showed me a video from ABBA.
How nasty do you have to be to demand that somebody deletes videos of you? Which I respect. I always do this with anyone I've ever dated. I don't keep intimate videos of them. But then this girl has the audacity to keep shit of me. Not gonna lie, that was nasty work. But the L's on me because you should never send videos of yourself. The only person out of all these people who claimed I emotionally abused them was Libby. She was lying flat out about the vast majority of the incidents she was referencing. Look, if you want to say I deserve L's for not using protection, sure, absolutely. If you want
Yeah. Accountability. Yeah. You need to take all those L's, bro. A lot of L's, and the biggest L again is because you're a hypocrite, because you've talked a lot of crap about Fresh when he got his situation with Daisy Chen. You've talked a lot of crap about guys on the internet who talk about the dark realities dealing with a lot of modern women. You've called them dorks and dweebs, and bro, at the end of the day, it's come back and bitten you in the arse. All right, now you're talking red pill talking points.
Want to say I was an L for staying and engaging that toxic relationship with Libby? Sure. You want to say I need an L for playing fast and loose in these streets? Not an issue. But a lot of this other stuff is just make-believe. And for me, for the medical stuff, because I think a lot of people are asking, like, was that just a lie, Abba? I went through something pretty serious medically involving my kidneys and my testes in 2022. It was ongoing for quite some time. I already showed it to a few content creators because some people were asking me for proof or whatever it was. But I'm just not really interested in showing my own medical tests on the internet. Listen, after my relationship with Libby ended, I'm not gonna lie, I was moving a bit crazy. Yeah, I'm still, the abortion really affected me. That whole dynamic of being certain I'm going to be a father and being with somebody who's constantly threatened to kill your child, that shit took a toll on me. It fucked me up. And I just wasn't good. I will figure that stuff out on my own, but that's just not something I want to do on the internet. When we think about abortions, I think we only think about the women being involved, but I can assure you, it being the first time I was ever involved, it was tough. So it also feels like a lot of people are arguing it's a straw man of me. I think on my channel, I mention all the time how often I make mistakes, how often I fuck things up in a relationship, how often I'm the one who's the one in the wrong. It happens all the time.
I ain't never heard you say them things, but obviously I don't watch every single Abba and Preach video, but I haven't really heard about all the mistakes that you've made, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I haven't really heard that stuff, bruv. Like, I haven't heard you talk about how you're smashing Raw all the time. I've not heard that from you. Press 1 in the chat or let me know if I'm chatting rubbish, bro. Like, when have you ever heard Abba say that, guess what? I will meet a girl and I will get her pregnant in 2 weeks. Whenever I ever heard him say anything about, every girl I smash Raw, and I told them I'm not using condom. When have you said that, bro? Like, this is all new information we've learned about you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, nah, really and truly, I don't really care. Like, I'll be real, I don't really care what you do, but like, the fact that you say a lot of things online about, other men and what they say or what they believe, and now your own personals has come out, I mean, it's just very ironic. The irony is just so strong with this one. Do you get what I'm saying?
Videos, I would say I was wrong. It's okay. I was definitely wrong in this situation in many different ways. And I think we've always said this when we've covered a lot of celebrity related stuff. Like, you don't know these people. You don't know what's going on in their private lives. You don't know.
Yeah, that's facts. You don't know these people. But at the end of the day, we do know that you like busting raw inside women, bro. And these women have come out and said lies on you. I hope you've learnt your lesson, bruv. And really and truly, you are very, very fortunate that you don't have 3 kids with 3 different women. Because it could have easily turned the other way around. And then, bro, this whole conversation would be completely different, bro. The whole internet would have been on your back. Abba from Abba and Preach has 3 baby mamas and he got all of them pregnant in the space of 6 months. Bro, you would have been totaled, bruv. That would have been a fatality, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? But anyway, it is where it is, man. Anyway, hopefully that's the end of that saga. Who knows? Maybe another woman's gonna come out. Who knows, bruv? But if there is any more like developments, I'm sure I'll react to it. But anyway, big up to everybody that's watched the video. Make sure you leave a like, a hype, and a comment underneath this video as well, and all that good stuff. And yeah, just be careful what you're doing with your willy out there, guys. Be careful the women that you're sleeping with. Bruh, just be careful, all right? Anyway, with that being said, you lot take care of yourselves. I'm out of here, and peace. I'm out.